listening to Utah Senior Solutions, a show designed to make the lives of seniors easier on Talk Radio 105.7 FM, 570 AM.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Senior Solutions Utah Radio. I'm Michelle Rowley. You're listening to Talk Radio 105.7 FM, 570 AM, and I'm here with Dennis Rowley, the producer of Senior Solutions Utah Radio.
Hi, everyone. You know, one of the biggest, I guess, points of confusion for a lot of people is hospice care. What is it exactly? A lot of people really think that it's like the last week of life, but that's not necessarily always. Well, in fact, it's very rarely the case. There are times when hospice can be available sooner. We're going to be talking with Garrett Barnes, and Garrett is with Harmony Home Healthcare and Hospice, or Harmony Healthcare and Hospice. I'm sorry, and Garrett is really wanted to come on and talk a little bit more about hospice. Are you there, Garrett?
Yes, I am. Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. So hospice, as you know, we've traditionally thought of hospice as sort of the last week of life, and that's not the case, right?
Absolutely. Hospice care is meant to be there for the patients during the last 6 months of life, so that in that chaos and craziness of the last couple of days, such questions as, does the patient have an advance directive? Do they have a living will? What is their desire after they pass? Those can be answered much early on in the process rather than in that time that family really just deserves to be together and hold hands.
That's very different than what most people think about as far as hospice. So it's the last 6 months. So do they cut you off right at 6 months? Or
No, that's not the case. The 6 months is really meant to provide a substantial amount of time so that the nurses can go in and do their job. These are hospice and palliative certified nurses. And so the social work can go in and do their job and assist with legal forms and advance directives. Chaplains can go in and offer spiritual care if the patients choose to have that. And so it's really a whole team of workers, of healthcare providers that can go in over that time frame and really make sure everyone's prepared for this scary time of life.
So do you see a big difference in families that opt for hospice sooner than those that wait till, let's say, the last minute?
Absolutely. Like I said before, we had there was an experience where the patient was dying and they were declining very quickly. And in the hallway, brothers and sisters, sons, grandkids are having to almost argue about what mom's desires were, what she wanted to have happen. So as the patient is quickly declining, the confusion out in the hallway detracted from what really should have been going on, and that's just sharing love.
Yeah, that sounds like a very chaotic end to your loved one's life and
Right.
unnecessary.
It's really not necessary because, like I said, hospice is usually paid for under the Medicare benefit, and you can have those services much longer than people are doing it. And as for why patients choose to come on at the last minute, that's probably an answer that families should be discussing earlier in life so that when things start to progress, everything's in place.
Now, hospice isn't necessarily only for the person who's in their final stages of life. It's meant really as a family benefit, right?
Absolutely, and it's a little-known benefit that up to a year after the patient passes, our chaplains and whatnot can go in and be there and be part of the grieving process and be part of the family's confusion after the patient passes. How do they deal with these emotions? How do they deal with cleaning up the room of the patient? Or how do they deal simply with the pain of losing a loved one? And that's what happens after the patient passes, like I said, for a year's time.
Now that's something I think that we need to reiterate is that you don't just get hospice coming in for the last 6 months or whatever of the terminally ill person's life, but
Right.
you get a benefit that goes on for up to a year after they pass.
Oh, absolutely. And some of the hospice is meant not only for the patient but for the family as well. So here at Harmony, we fully believe in an integrated approach and making sure that the whole family is healing, not just the patient as they pass.
That's really great. That's great. Now, Garrett, I would like to have you on again. We've had a lot of really good information from you here. How can people reach you, Garrett?
Well, the very best way is we do have a website, and it's www.harmonyhomehealth.com. And of course, you can reach us also at our 877 number, 24 hours a day, 877-I-NEED-CARE. That's 877-463-3322.
Great. Thank you so much for coming on, Garrett. I would love to have you on again. There was some really good information there.
We'd love that. Thank you for your time.
You bet. Thank you, Garrett. Now, if you didn't happen to get Garrett's information right there, you can reach us at 844-981-0099. That is Senior Solutions Utah. Or you can go to our website, goldentvutah.com, or you can reach me via email at dennis@goldentvutah.com.